And if y'all don't mind, I'm going to stay standing because I'm about to go into a full body cramp. So our guys battled. They fought. So proud of that locker room. Obviously, the goal was to come here and win, but they battled from the opening snap till the very final whistle. Even with a however long lightning delay that we had, the leadership of this team, that locker room stayed together, came back out and battled and competed and fought, stuck to the game plan, and just really, really proud of them. But now we've got to turn around and we've got a really good opponent in 7 days in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But that team that played tonight, they can play with anybody. And just really proud of them. And just we got to find out how we can respond and put this behind us, learn from it against one of the top 5 teams in the country, and then come back out and put in a really good week's work this week.
Okay, questions for Coach Collins? Kelly, start.
Jeff, obviously a very different game from a year ago,
Yep.
even the first time you guys played Clemson. I guess how much progress do you feel like this game shows and where your program's at in year 3 versus last year, the year before?
What do you think, Kelly? What do you think?
I mean, I thought it was a hell of a game. I mean, you guys competed right step for step with them.
Yep. And just the size, the attitude, the demeanor, the fight, the attention to detail, the willingness to compete toe-to-toe was what we need in this program. And now we've got to find the next step to win those kind of games against an opponent like this. So we're really proud of them.
Rob?
Jeff, during the long hour and 52-minute delay, as a coaching staff, was there anything that you guys did to get ready to come out again?
Yeah, so we got, and I don't want to give all of our secrets away, but those are things you can't plan for. Our graduate assistants, they do a great job of charting everything that was happening throughout the first half. So we were able to go, normally we have about 11 minutes to peruse all the information and make adjustments and all of those things, but they had done such a good job being detailed in all of their notes and all of the things that we're doing. The guys up in the box, Kerry Dixon, Nathan Burton, and our graduate assistants, they had the information. We were able to review all the series, everything that had come up, and just a credit to our players. That's a long time when you're battling and competing and there's 32 seconds left and you're on the whatever yard line we were on going into score, and just the focus and the mindset and the ability to flip the switch back on and come out of the delay. Just proud of them.
Ken?
If you could just comment on the play, Jordan, also Jordan Yates, and how you came to decide to let him go tonight.
Yeah, so Jordan, going to let him go. If you guys noticed, we were doing huddling almost every snap. They do such a good job getting tips on formations, having checks, and all those things. So we were trying to keep them out of that, the ability to do that. So we huddled a ton. Appreciate that, Mike. Huddled a ton, and Jordan was executing it really well, moving the ball up and down the field. So just, thanks, Mike.
Raphael?
Coach, of course you talked about the team being gutsy, but in the first quarter you all started off kind of slow, had penalties, sacks, they scored the first touchdown. Was there anything that you said to them to get them going, or what did you think it was? Yeah,
I mean, it was the huddling and the shifting and all of those things with a really good crowd. I mean, there was 70,000 plus probably, and being able to handle that. Once they got settled down, they did a nice job with it offensively. And then we're moving the ball. I think we outgained them. Is that facts, Mike?
That is facts.
Right, we outgained them offensively.
Steve?
Defensively, Like, what kind of new wrinkles did you throw at them in this game? It seemed like it worked.
Yeah, so Coach Thack and our defensive staff did a lot of studying this offseason with our personnel, what we can do, who we can be. We practiced that package a bunch throughout the preseason. Didn't really feel like it was game ready, games 1 and games 2. And then once the guys were really confident in playing it, so we rolled it out there tonight, and, they did a really nice job with it. So just continue to layer in all the different things that we do schematically. But I thought Coach Andrew Thacker did a great job preparing our defense, scheming up their offense, and, getting the guys to play really, really hard.
Kelly?
Can you talk a little bit about, it seemed like the stat of the day was the red zone defense for both teams. You got 2 good stops and a takeaway of one of them, and then they were able to force you to kick field goals that stopped you one time. You guys just talk about that. It seemed like that was kind of what the game hinged on.
Yeah, and I mean, so we're on the same page. That's one of the best defenses in college football, right? They're really, really good. They've got really good players. They have a really nice scheme. I don't think they've allowed a touchdown all season. So, I mean, it's really good players, really good scheme, but I thought our guys battled and fought, and we had some really explosive plays, which you don't see very often when you see them play. So I thought Coach Patton and our offensive staff had some really good things designed, and some things that we were doing in the third and fourth quarters as change-ups to get the ball moving. Kyrick McGowan is a big-time player, a huge competitor, and just his presence in our locker room, presence in the team, just the talk I had with him, and I'll leave it in there, but just the leadership in our program that can understand big picture, where we've been, where we are, where we're going. It was the right mindset. Now we'll see, Monday when we get back to work. Tomorrow's their off day. Monday when we come back to work, the leadership in this program, learn from this, improve from this, and then get ready to play a big-time game in Mercedes-Benz next Saturday at 7:30 at night.
Time for a few more for Coach. We'll go with Rod.
Jeff, did their defensive scheme take away the vertical game down the middle and force you to go to the perimeter more than you normally would?
So, I mean, that was part of the game plan. I mean, they've got one of the elite front sevens in all of college football. They do a great job. They're big, they're physical, they run. But the edge that we had in the game that we thought that we could utilize, we've got really good speed, right? Jameer, Dante, and get them going sideways, and we had some explosive plays. Kyrick had a couple of explosive plays, and then you pop JP in there and run down the middle. He had some good games too. So that was the plan going in, try to get them going sideways, try to turn the corner, which we did a bunch, and then take some shots and then get some vertical seams as well. That offensive line for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets battled. There wasn't a lot of depth that we had tonight, but they just kept fighting. They just kept battling, and just really proud of that group, the way they took on one of the top defensive fronts in all of college football, and played at a high level, kept moving the chains.
Steve?
Coach, you think that you, and as well as the team, can kind of set aside what the scoreboard said tonight and recognize that maybe this is one of the best games that you competed in?
That's the challenge, right? How much they invested, how much they've put into this thing, and even though we came up just short, what was it, fourth and 6 inches, from sending it into overtime. Then our defense comes out with 13 seconds left and forces a safety, doesn't give up, doesn't quit, to give ourselves a chance to take some shots at the end of the game. It's how our leadership handles it. I really love this team. I am blessed to coach these young men, what they put into this, how close they are, how they battle, how they fight. And now the next step and the next challenge is to see what the leadership in this program can do with this learning experience and make the most out of it. If we prepare and we play like we did this week, we can play with anybody. And so that's the challenge for our guys. I've got a lot of confidence in them. I've got a lot of faith in them. I love them. And I'm excited to get back to work with them on Monday.
Ken, you want to wrap us up?
Sure. The first game obviously didn't go the way you wanted. A lot of kind of strange things happened, but can you kind of say, like, how did you get from there to playing like this tonight?
You know, that you can second guess a lot of things from the opener, like learning who your team is. We had 14 new transfers that came in. How are they going to fit and how are we going to do things? And once we saw ourselves against another team, the resolve, the things that we learned together, to be able to come back out the next 2 weeks and just get better every single day. That's what we've talked about since we've been here. We knew this was not going to be an overnight transition. This has not happened in the last 30 years. And what these guys have done, just continue to get better, continue to fight, continue to believe in each other. And we've just got to continue to do that and compete at a high level against whoever we play.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.